So, welcome to another episode of Indisputable Evidence. We back again. I'm your co-host Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host
JB43.
Scotty Barnes.
This nigga said Scotty
They
Barnes.
said King. They call that boy King Tism.
Yo, I'm not gonna make fun of autistic people and go like that.
That's terrible.
I'm not gonna
I saw
go
it
there
on social.
whatsoever.
People are terrible, bro. I'm like, what the freak? Why would you call this man that?
Bro, if y'all, I know y'all have seen The Wood before, right? I know y'all have seen The Wood. He is Big Mike if he never became a basketball player, bro. Same mannerisms and all.
Jesus.
Bro.
It's better than call him autistic, because that's just cruel.
Literally, bro.
And calling him autistic, that was cruel, man. That was wrong.
Like, this is terrible. I will say though, speaking of Scotty Barnes, the skills challenge, you have to do better than dribbling the ball beside your leg on live TV. Like, come on, brother. Come on, man. That was just.
Can we go back to the regular skills challenge that we used to have? There was nothing wrong with it.
It wasn't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and you kind of broke it for no reason.
Yeah.
But, my God.
Abolish the dunk contest, by the way. Freaking.
We shorthanded. We don't have Darnell. He is swamped with work in school.
He got kidnapped.
Yep.
Now, see, we got too much going on in this world to be talking about people getting kidnapped, so I would not go there.
We paid the ransom money. He's on the way back next week. Don't worry about it.
But all I'm saying is I ain't paying it. I ain't paying nothing.
Well, you're either getting him back or getting his brains back. One of the two.
Jesus.
I got bills. So,
damn, it's fuck Darnell, huh? That's crazy.
I ain't said that. I just said I got bills. You said you got the money. You got all the money pulled up and paid for. So, I mean, me and Jerry ain't got to pay.
It was a very small fee. All right.
No, it wasn't.
Very small fee.
Anyway.
But yeah, we got a good show for y'all now. We're gonna get into a little bit of college basketball as we kind of alluded to, recap the debacle of NBA All-Star Weekend, kind of preview the second half of the season. But before we even do all of that, we actually got some college football news real quick. The committee actually approved of 5+7 playoff model. So basically what this is going to be is 5 Power 5 or Power 4 champions if you pretty much abolish the Pac-12. But basically those 5 champions, and then you're going to have, instead of 6 at-large bids, because it was 6+6, you're now going to have 7 at-large bids. And also, here's the caveat.
J Money.
Here's the caveat to that, though. You're not exactly guaranteed to get into the playoff, even if you win your conference.
Yeah, sounds about right. If you're the highest ranked Power 4 or 5 teams, then yeah, you're probably in there. But you have to actually, you can't get in there if you're like 9-3 and win the conference. That's just not gonna happen.
Or unless, or like I'm gonna age myself a little bit. You go back to 1996 when Texas beat Nebraska in the Big 12 championship. Texas was like 85. And they'll be like, if that happens, then no, you're not going to the playoffs.
No, obviously not. No.
By the way, thank you, Texas, for that, because if it wasn't for y'all, we would never won the national title that year.
Hey,
that was 96.
But if you are 2015 Florida, you get into the playoff.
If you're 2015, 2018, 2019, 2020 Florida, you get into
Bro, it's wild.
2012.
That's
which probably national title that year if they got in.
I'm not sure about that.
Jeff Driscoll was not.
I actually like the model. I do. I like it because you feel like now you're really going to get the best teams in the playoffs. There's still going to be controversy. I mean, it's going to be like that regardless of how you do the playoff model. But you feel more like you're going to get the best teams.
Is it going to be like first 4 by 5, 12, 6, 11, 7, 10, 8, 9?
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I believe so. It's going to be, and it should be like that.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. If you got the right 11 or the right 10, number 7 might get dealt with, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't
They
even say
might
might,
get
but there's really not that much of a difference between 7 and 10 in most college
Exactly.
football years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
just
sure.
look at the NCAA tournament with college basketball. You're seeing 10 seeds beating 7 seeds all the time.
Like let's say number 12, Texas. Say Texas has like, number 12 Texas runs into number 5, like who could be a number 5 we talked about? Huh?
Or like Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like Missouri
like,
even against the right team.
Yeah, like this year, they would. Hey man, Missouri would have dealt with some teams if it was like that this year.
Let me look at the rankings.
I don't know about Dope, but they would have given us some games.
We'll get into this, but yes, it was.
It was bad.
Everybody not named Matt McClung.
Yeah, so it would look like this. It would have been Michigan the 1 seed, obviously. Washington, Texas, Bama. That would have been your bias. And everybody else would have been Liberty. It would have been Liberty at Florida State, Missouri at Oregon, Ole Miss at Georgia.
Liberty probably would have beat Florida State and Jordan Travis would have been out.
I'm not going that far.
No. I was mad when they played Alabama in that 2012 year. Me and my friend who was a Bama fan was ready for that game to happen. I'm be honest. You see, your Bama friend was ready for that game to happen. My Bama friends were not. They didn't want that game. They legitimately did not want that game.
I don't know about that.
The ones I knew, they did not want that game.
Well, the ones you know.
Well. Great, but if we play y'all, I don't know how much our offense can move the ball against y'all.
They would have probably been just fine. Let's not overthink it here.
I mean, this was before Dan Quinn was. This was before Dan Quinn was poached.
They would have been just fine. I don't know about scoring 40 points fine or 35 points. No, absolutely not. But
See,
they would have done enough.
Because you got to remember, like when we lost to Louisville in that bowl game, Dan Quinn was already gone. Like the Seahawks hired him, he was gone. Like he didn't coach that game. That's what people don't understand, don't recognize.
I don't count that game very much because bowl games when you're not there. But I think talent-wise, they would have probably done enough to probably win. But it would have been a fun competitive game.
It would have been 17-14.
That would have been more like 23 to like 12.
This is 2018, by the way. For reference, this is your top 11 teams.
See, if you look at December, first of all, why does Ohio State on December 2nd need help? Okay, so basically, LSU would have been number 11. See, Washington State would have been the team left out.
That's crazy, bro.
Is it?
UCF would have ended up playing. Wait, where's Florida?
Florida's at 11.
11.
So Florida's at 11. Florida would have ended up playing Ohio State that year. Get a $500 bit. Dang.
It's interesting. I'm excited about it, but I'm gonna say this: like, if your team wins the championship, it's well deserved.
I'm not a fan of 12 teams personally, but it's about the best they could have done.
I kind of want it like 8, but
8's the sweet spot.
Yeah, but it's gonna make for a fun time, you know. UCF, Michigan that year, you know, UCF might get them boys. So
actually, UCF would not have played Michigan.
I thought it was 5-12.
UCF's number 8.
It's 8-9.
Oh, are we talking about like the very end here? Or are we talking about
the very end?
If you look
at the very end. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
nice.
Look at it at the very end. So if you look at this,
let's talk about the far left.
Florida would have played Ohio State because that's the 11-6 game.
Who's ninth?
Ninth? Yeah, who is ninth? Go down a little bit, Jerry.
Let's see if I can.
Because I see UCF is 8th. Man.
Who's nice?
Where the hell?
Oh, Washington.
Oh,
Washington.
Washington.
It
Oh,
would have been UCF in Washington.
that was fun.
Holy.
A fun game.
I do not remember the 2018 Washington team at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Penn State was 12.
Penn State would have got dump trucked by Georgia.
Yeesh.
Oh, Florida's number 10. There.
Yeah, Florida would be number 10.
So Florida would have played Michigan. Again, we dump truck Michigan that year.
Oh yeah, bro. You see what I'm saying?
We already did what we basically won our play. I mean, we advanced.
Yeah.
So who we got next? Oh shoot, we got Bama. Oh wait, no, we got Clemson. Clemson number 2.
Not with that secondary, bro. Steiner would have been out there getting glazed.
Justin Ross went for 210 yards.
Washington would have beat. Oh, that was UCF. Well,
Does anybody remember the White Washington team?
That Washington. Who was the quarterback that year?
It wasn't
Brown.
Browning, right?
Actually, I think it was Browning.
It was Jake Browning.
I think it was. Yeah, I think he was the quarterback. I think they would have won that year.
They're not. I don't think so.
Who's number 3? So
Notre Dame
7 matchup. Ohio State. Who would Ohio State have played?
at 6.
Because they're 6.
They'd have played LSU.
Ooh,
Have fun.
I think Ohio State would have edged out LSU that year
Yeah.
because that wasn't 2019 Joe Burrow. That was Joe Burrow just kind of getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that team would have won.
That was bad offense LSU before they discovered it. Like Ben discovered fire.
Joe Brady before Joe Brady took over and thought, hey, let's just throw the ball. We got all Americans at wide receiver here. Let's just throw the ball around. So I think Ohio State would have won that one. They would have ended up getting Notre Dame. Advanced Ohio State to the semifinals. That was yeah, I'm not trusting Notre Dame for crap.
Let me see if I can find the current preseason rankings going to next year.
You're not part of.
Brandon, I don't even freaking care about it. I don't care.
Texas A&M, you got sucked.
They always gonna find themselves in there, no matter what.
That Washington defense that year was actually really good.
I know they probably were, but I really like the UCF team quite a bit. Don't you dare.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would have beat Washington. I think it would have been close. It would have been a fun game.
They beat Washington narrowly, but they do.
I just can't give a team credit that claimed a fake national championship.
Oh, get over yourself.
I just can't do that. They even had a parade. They had a parade at Disney.
Oh, let them have fun. Who cares?
No, they put it on. They put it in the stadium.
I mean, people have claimed worse national championships. I mean,
so why when Bama called them out, they ran scared and tucked their tails?
who gives a fuck? It's just let them have fun. Who cares?
Ooh.
Bama had a 9-3 season. They claimed a national championship. Who cares? Who gives a fuck?
So we just gonna condone lying now?
I mean, they wouldn't beat it. I don't care.
Yeah, they're not beating Bama. Hey, I'm sorry. Like that's just,
I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Take a number. Who is beating Bama that year for the most part? Like a couple teams?
I think Bama actually did lose a game that year.
I said a couple teams, AB. Jesus fucking Christ.
I forgot who even beat Bama that year. Honestly, I forgot. Oh, wait, hold on.
It's 2018. It's Clemson. 2018?
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. They were undefeated that year until that game. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe.
Yeah, that was a 16 game.
Yeah, they just
if this were to stay, so you'd have Notre Dame
Why?
It's preseason. Gives a shit.
and LSU.
It's
Nice.
crazy. I mean, these are obviously going to change because of coaching changes and
It's just projections because
Yeah.
we're bored and we're junkies of college football. We're trying to have some conversation about it.
At least until the video game comes out.
Oh, Jalen Kimber. Look. Jalen Kimber. Let's see. That's was important. That's hilarious, actually. Penn State. Adding Chris McClellan. Look at all these Florida people picking off Florida's roster. Hilarious.
I forgot McClellan with the Missouri.
You know what's funny? Now they're all of a sudden key pieces after they.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, freak out.
Key piece, and by the way, Princely, you need to stay up behind on Twitter because you can cook, and you should be.
I keep forgetting Isaiah Bond went to Texas.
I would have been a second round pick if people in the secondary would have held long. No, if you wouldn't have been just a pass rush and actually stopped the run too.
I mean, I don't know about second round pick, but he probably got more sacks.
You lazy bastard.
Probably would have got more sacks. I don't think been a second round pick though. He probably would have been a fourth.
Yeah, and he's still gonna be a fourth.
I mean, when it comes to the sacks part, he's not wrong.
Maybe he should have did better and got to the quarterback.
Well, if the guys can't cover anybody, it's not going to happen. Now, is it?
Well, if your pass rusher moves ain't that great and you can't get to the quarterback, it doesn't help either, now does it?
You do know how this works, right, AB? If you can't cover, none of this shit matters.
It doesn't matter.
If you get cooked 2 seconds into it, you get a finite amount of time to rush the passer. If your guys are already beating the back end, you can be the greatest pass rusher ever. You ain't getting there.
You're right. I've also seen pass rushers get to the quarterback like that, even when the secondary can't cover that well.
Because
AB, let's not do this. They need to work together collaboratively.
That's not how it works, brother. Unless you're fucking Lawrence Taylor, who beats some random 310-pound punching bag, then yes, you can get the sack. But most people don't. Even good pass rushers don't do it.
Hey, look at the bright side. At least he doesn't have my phone number.
AB, you are 30-something years old, AB. Get over yourself.
I did that wrong. I'm gonna look at this comment again. I had to look at that roster, but that defense, I do remember they were one of the top defenses in the country, coached by. Who was that? I do know Will Harris was on that staff, though. He was on that staff.
It was Pete Kwiatkowski who was the defensive coordinator, if I remember correctly.
It was who?
Pete Kwiatkowski.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense because that defense that year was. Mm-hmm.
Timothy.
Yeah, Chris Peterson was the head coach. That was still kind of weird leaving Boise State for Washington, but you knew. I mean, you understood why.
He wasn't leaving for anything outside the West Coast, and that was the best job available at the time. So why not?
I mean, if you're gonna leave your alma mater for a school like Washington, for a school, a different school. I mean, it's gonna be a school like Washington.
Yeah, I mean, they're an upper tier West Coast program, so you might as well just take the lead.
Or if Oregon would have came available. I mean, of course. I mean, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course.
It would have been awkward since LeGarrette Blunt knocked out one of his players, but you know.
That's fucking hilarious. Shout out LeGarrette Blunt. I hope he's doing all right these days.
Yeah, facts, man.
that was,
happy Black History Month.
For the camera to catch that was crazy.
To this day, I very much believe he called him some slurs, but I can't call it.
Hey, for that to happen, hey,
bro went crazy, bro. He was not playing around, dog.
I ain't trying to be funny. For that to happen, because LeGarrette Blunt was not getting it. He was not doing stuff like that. For him to do that
was hilarious. Summer Jam scream, baby.
Somebody dropped the N-bomb out. Somebody dropped the N-bomb out there. I'm just saying.
Marcus Stokes is out there, bro. Crazy.
Oh man.
Hey, guess what?
Oh no.
He goes to the Division II school here in Pensacola.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
That's freaking hilarious. I saw that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They actually took this dude. Well, it is Pensacola. It don't surprise me.
Somebody will always take you.
I mean, that was crazy though. But yeah, we're gonna get into college basketball, and as looking at these rankings, Tennessee held on and beat Missouri 72-67. Held on late. So yeah, Missouri couldn't get the job done. Now Florida finally ranked for the first time since February of 2021. coming in at number 24. Oh, that's who it was. That's who it was.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Lane.
I forgot about him. Yeah. That's who it was. But Florida's ranked number 24. They take on Alabama tomorrow. 13th ranked Alabama tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. Should actually be a good game.
Lord have mercy.
It should actually be a good game. But
I just have a feeling that it's one of those games where they just shoot the lights out and the bottom falls out. But we'll see.
I mean, that's how they win games.
That's literally at home. If it was in Gainesville, I feel differently. But at home,
they were down almost about nearly 10 points with like a 9.5 left against LSU, won by double digits.
Yeah. Our size will be a factor, though. I 100% believe that. Rebounding, contesting shots, point guard
possession.
Yeah, one possession at a time.
Really? Wait, Jimmy, defensive coordinator in Atlanta?
Why?
That is wild. If that's true, that is wild. Did he? Don't tell me he actually.
He is.
Wow. Hey man, he ain't going back to college football.
That's kind of random, but hey, I mean, he was a pro coach before, so I mean.
11th ranked Baylor is on the road at 25th ranked BYU. They're currently up 16-10, but college basketball is kind of ramping up right now. I mean, we're getting into the time where teams are kind of pushing towards conference tournaments, NCAA tournaments right around the corner. So we were kind of talking off before we got on here. Jared thinks that it's basically UConn versus everybody else for the national title. I think Marcus and I both disagree with that. So, Marcus, your reasons as to why you don't think it's UConn versus everybody else, and who you think could actually beat them for the national title?
I like UConn a lot. I will say that, full disclosure. They're a very good team. They return a lot of guys from that last year's team. Donovan Clingan's awesome. But there are other really good teams out there. Houston's very good. North Carolina on any day of the week is very good. Kansas is always a threat. Arizona, if they get their shit together in the tournament one of these days. Purdue, I don't really trust you, but they are a good basketball team. Like, there's a lot of talented teams that on any given night could snipe them. But if you put a gun to my head, I probably would say UConn.
Gun to extreme.
That's very extreme, man.
I'm just saying, but if I had no choice whatsoever, I had to pick somebody, I would probably say UConn at this very moment. But that's not to say there isn't talent all across the country, though.
See, for me, I like UConn a lot as well. Just put that out there. But there are two teams I'm looking at that I think could beat them, that I think are better than them currently right now. Houston, and Marcus mentioned the other one if they get their crap together, Arizona. When those two teams are locked in their own, I don't know if there's a team better than both of those teams. I really don't.
First of all, we got to stop lying to ourselves about Arizona every year, bro.
I'm telling you, man, like this Arizona.
That's a must.
I've said this is the year so many times, and they always end up screwing up somehow.
Every single time.
They do it. It depends on who they run into. Like if they run into Houston and they lose, I wouldn't be shocked.
They lost in the first round last year, brother.
I mean, were they as talented as they are now? Jared, that one friend who don't have faith in his team.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted, J Money. I firmly believe
you do that a lot, bro.
I firmly believe that this Florida team can make an Elite Eight run. I firmly believe that. Reason number one, you got a backcourt that can score and defend at a high level. You got bigs that out-rebound most teams. You got a wing that if he's playing well, all we need is for Kugel to play solid basketball and we're winning games, right? And then you got another guard off the bench, Aberdeen, who can defend at a high level. Still shaky with scoring, but we have numerous rotations with Will Richard. We saw Hall like the other day.
Real quick, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you seen Denzel Aberdeen play?
It's been a little while.
There's a reason for that.
What do you do?
Think, Gerald. Think.
I don't know. I ain't seen nothing.
Exactly.
What
He's
was
done
it,
nothing out there when he's been out there.
Bro, he's a solid defender.
Is he?
Solid defender.
No, he's not.
Oh, that's cap. That's cap.
There's
I
a
think
reason.
what we're doing here.
He's the offensive liability.
There's a reason why you're literally seeing Walter Clayton Jr. and Zion pulling rest for like 2 or 3 minutes, then they're back in the game. If they're getting subbed for anybody, they're getting subbed for a wing. They're not getting.
All I'm saying is if you need him to come in and do something, defend the team's best player for a little bit, give them guys a break. I think he's capable.
You do realize Riley Kugel defends the other team's best player every time, right? Because he is the team's best
Sometimes
defender.
Riley Kugel's in the doghouse.
Riley Kugel is the team's best defender. He's been the best defender all year.
Yeah,
The only
I would say.
reason why he sat the last 6 minutes against Georgia really was because he didn't shoot the ball well that game.
I'm not here to debate who's who. I'm just saying we got depth, right? Scotty Wilbekin, 2010 type depth. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not going that far.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go that far.
Wilbekin couldn't score as a freshman. He couldn't score as a freshman. Wilbekin was not scoring like that as a freshman, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't completely as shambolic as a scorer like Aberdeen is at times.
And Aberdeen's a sophomore now. Is he frozen again?
He might be.
Jerry is frozen again.
Why you got the whole introspective look on his face too?
Y'all, we kid y'all not. Every single time Jerry gets frozen on here is the perfect freeze frame.
Like one time he was like this before earlier in the show. Now he's got like introspective. It looks like Marvin Gaye was going on.
I didn't want to say it.
Brother. all he did is some bifocals on to make himself look smarter than he is, and we gonna call it a day. It's perfect.
No, let me tell you what this is, y'all. This is God. This is God right here. This ain't nothing but God. He pretty much called Jerry lying.
He said that will be enough.
He called Jerry lying about Denzel Aberdeen trying to compare him to Scotty Wilbekin. Like, I can't let you do that on there. I can't. Jerry.
He said, "Brother, I will not let you get that off. I refuse. I rebuke you with the name. You're not getting that off, Gerald."
Let me see what he says. Let me see if his computer died.
Probably.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I just told him in our group chat, y'all. I just told him that was God punishing him.
It really was. He was really trying to get that off for some reason. Brother, no. Stop. Please. Don't do that.
But Marcus, while we wait for Gerald to come back on, if he does, why don't you trust Arizona?
Because when have I ever had the chance to do so? Every time they get built up to be, okay, this is your year. Womp, womp, womp. The bottom falls out for some reason.
I mean,
and don't get me wrong, I like this Arizona team a lot. I love Caleb Love. I do. But I like Ballo as well as a big, but bro, Arizona, you got to show me something. You got to give me some big-to-big scoring at some point in the tournament. You can't go cold at the worst times. You can't lose to a 15 seed. I'm sorry, you can't. If you don't win now, when will you ever?
I'm going to be honest. Me personally, I don't think Arizona last year was as deep as they are this year. I think they're a deeper team this year. So, I mean, I have to see it from them as well, but I just honestly feel like they're better suited for a national championship run this year clearly than they were last year. Houston on the hand for me. Yeah, I watched them last night, y'all. And that Iowa State team is good. This Houston team is very well coached by Kelvin Sampson. First of all, I got to give him credit.
He made the phone calls.
What he's doing with this. You said what, Marcus?
He made the correct phone calls.
That's wrong, man. But I got to give him credit for how he's coaching this team because he's doing a great job coaching them. But also, Jamal Shead is one of the best point guards in the country. He's a leader for them. He can score at will. He gets to the free throw line. He's probably their best defender. Like, this is a guy that you want on your team and you do not want to play against. So I'm looking at them and I'm just looking at their entire team. Like, they're unselfish. They defend their butts off. Like they have no problem winning the game 50 to 49 if they have to.
But talking about Houston?
They're on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm talking about Houston. But if they make a couple shots, they see a couple shots go in, that basket gets bigger, and then you can just forget about it.
See, there's the thing about Houston, which is I love very much. And that's the thing I've always loved about Houston for the last couple of years. They defend their asses off, and they have a lot of experience. Shea deserves a lot more mention as one of the best point guards in the country that he gets. It's just a question that they've always had to answer, and they still haven't yet, but they will eventually. It's very simple. Can they score enough?
See, I do have that slight concern right now because that happened last year when they played, I think, San Diego State.
And the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that.
But you felt like last year they could have and probably should have won it all.
But it was the best chance.
Yeah, them in Alabama. I mean, I thought it was going to be them two for the national title, but
because those things had two reasons. One, with Houston again, just couldn't score enough points, and he ran to a team that also could defend. In Alabama, you ran to San Diego State, who was on a team defensively, and when you're a team that shoots a lot of 3-pointers, and I mean a lot,
won't make them
early in the clock. There comes a game where eventually they just don't go down. That was just the game. So it was what it was with those two. But I like Houston a lot. I think they'll get to the Elite Eight at worst. If they don't, that'd still be a catastrophic season. But I will say there's a lot to them moving all the way up to the Big 12 and coming in and absolutely punching everybody in the mouth. Well, except Kansas, of course. But
I think this is going to be the first year in a long time under Bill Self where Kansas doesn't win the regular season Big 12 title.
Well, they gave themselves a chance because they blew Houston out like not that long ago. So
yeah, but if you look at the Big 12 standings, they're like 4th or 5th.
Hey.
So I don't think they're going to do it this year.
It's a good conference this year.
2013, as far as talent, I would honestly say, yeah, but the way they're starting to play now, I'm getting 2014 vibes.
No.
I don't go that far.
No.
I'm shooting the ball, really. Because
to me, the mentality is different.
Walter Clayton basically has a green light now. He's shooting the ball well enough to where now he just has a complete green light. If he takes a shot, it's not a bad shot at this point. Zion Pullen, I'm going to just come right out and say he's been one of the best point guards in the country this year. Let's just be honest. I mean, a lot of people now starting to realize just how big of a pull, no pun intended, that was.
Yeah, I mean, Zion's a well-balanced guard. He could play. He's a 3-level scorer, which is what I love about a point guard going into March. I mean, a guy that can get you buckets, mid-range, 3-point, get to the free throw line, drive to the basket, change of pace. So I love that about him. So, yeah, man, I agree. I mean, he's held his own against every single guard. I think for me, like, seeing how we played against Baylor, seeing how he played specifically, I was like, okay, like, we're nice. It was a tough game, but we still hung in there. Could have won it.
You missed this comment.
When was this?
When you were frozen and then got kicked off.
Ah, bro, yeah.
Yeah, that was none but God catching you in a lie. That's what that was.
Bro, I'm telling you, Scottie Wilbekin,
No, stop that. You gonna get kicked off here again.
Don't do it.
Skyler was not
No,
scoring like that, bro.
Don't do it.
Again.
He was not scoring like that.
God is gonna get you again.
It was Irving Walker and Kenny Boynton.
Hey man, you know what? I'm not sleeping on Illinois,
I love Illinois.
but there's another team in Illinois that I'm also not sleeping on. They starting to come into form like they ready to make that run again. The Loyola Chicago Ramblers. I'm telling you right now.
Sure.
They look like they starting to get ready to make one of them runs again.
So, AV, let me ask you a question, bro. I want you to be honest. So you high on Arizona, right?
They did say that. Yeah.
You high on Arizona on neutral court?
Depends on the matchup. Because I know where you're going with this. That was very early in the season, like the third.
And that wasn't even neutral. Like let's call it what it is. That was not neutral.
That was in California, I believe.
This is Vegas.
Yeah, that was not neutral.
California. Oh no, they played. I think they played Michigan State in California. So yeah, you're right. That was also the third game of the season. If those two teams played each other again, there's no way in hell FAU's beating them. I'm just saying that now. If they play each other again, there's no way FAU's beating them.
Disagree.
So
you want to look me in the face right now and tell me you taking about 2 or 3 guards over John L. Davis in a tournament game. That what you telling me right now?
Yes.
All
right.
Yes, I am. And that's not a knock on him. That is not a knock on him because I like John L. Davis. And I feel like I'm gonna just say this: he better get a legit shot at the NBA. I'm telling you that now. He better get a legit shot because if he don't, it's gonna be some problems. It is gonna be some problems.
You think bro can shoot?
John L. Davis is the guy you need on your team in the NBA.
Hey, hold on, y'all.
Oh, I thought you meant he can't shoot the ball. But yes.
No. He better get a shot at the NBA.
He's a prototypical. I hate y'all, but you let the Miami Heat get their hands on John L. Davis and watch what happens because he plays perfectly for that style. I'm not even kidding.
I say that if I wouldn't mind if you take a flyer on him. I wouldn't mind it at all.
Bro is nice.
He'd be a younger DeLon Wright. Speaking of which, yeah. 0-4 to beat Bam. You got to take 4 to 6 as a Final Four. I don't know about Final Four. I will say this: they look like one of those teams, and they're one of a few teams that they look like they're getting better as the season goes along. Like they're continuing to get better and better.
Depending on the bracket, depending on the region, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it, me personally, my top 3 favorites to win it all: Houston, Arizona, and UConn. I would say those are the top 3 for me. It's those 3.
You know what I hate though, bro?
And by the way, I'm not throwing North Carolina in there for one reason. Sauce, if you're watching this, there's a reason why I'm not throwing North Carolina in there.
I was about to say, go ahead.
They're too inconsistent. They look like world beaters one game, and then the next game is like, why are they on this basketball court? Why are they beating why are they beating Duke in a huge game like that's Duke? Why are they beating Duke looking great? And then they go on a road Syracuse, a mediocre Syracuse team, and lose. Like what are we doing here? Or they lose the home game.
Who's it? Oh, Syracuse.
Or they lose, and they lost the home game to Clemson.
That's my thing. Like you have some of these teams. Like, okay, how do you feel about Auburn?
I can't trust them either.
I don't trust the guard play whatsoever.
I don't trust Auburn.
After I saw the way Kentucky basically bullied them, in their own house,
we also bullied them.
I wasn't even surprised that they did it. Like that just looked like the even though Auburn was at home as a big game, that looked like the perfect setup for Kentucky to go right in there and
because it's a Bruce Pro basketball team. Their guard play will either be very fun or be very infuriating.
Like you'll either be very impressed with them and happy with them, or you're just gonna be pissed off and infuriated.
This year's tournament's gonna be fun to watch. I do think this is the most faith I've had in Tennessee since Grant Williams and what's the dude name? Admiral Schofield.
And even
Like,
then, it's still
even
Rick
then,
Barnes.
Rick Barnes.
Exactly. That's
So
why I trust them.
as built, J Money, as built, I have more faith in the Gators to make a deep run than almost anybody else in the SEC outside of Alabama. As constructed.
I said they get to the Sweet 16.
And you know what's really funny? Alabama. Do you know what their record was at the non-conference?
It wasn't great, was it?
They were 8-5. They loaded up their non-conference schedule. They played a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
Now they're the top team in the SEC again for a reason.
Yeah, you know, conference play either, you know, makes you better or it kills you. One of the two.
Before we
he's talking about Zion pulling and the funny thing is I was listening to Stadium and Gale earlier and they had Neil Blackman on, who does Florida Basketball Hour, that podcast. Shout out to them, by the way. Him, Eric Fawcett, and Malik Grady, guest of the show. He said that he had multiple SEC coaches go up to him and tell him that Zion Pullen was the best point guard in the SEC. He also said a Kentucky assistant texted him a couple days ago and said, not only is he the best point guard in the SEC, it's not even close.
Dang, that's crazy.
That tells you what kind of respect that he's getting in the conference, like with how he's playing right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, if y'all listen to this and y'all are fan, Florida, when they get to that tournament, because they're tested, they can be a really scary team to play. They
could be and right now I think they're projected as a 7 seed.
Yep.
Let's see. I'll say this: if they beat Alabama this week and then beat Vanderbilt at home, go 2-0 this week, I think they'll move from like a 7 to a 5 seed. I think Handicap's bracket prediction, they got 4 7 seed in that bracket, 10 Boise State, 2 North Carolina.
I would love this.
North Carolina would actually be very interesting.
I would love that matchup.
Because I think Armando Bacot, you've seen him bully some bigs this year. He ain't bullying Micah Hanlaw and Tyrese Samuel.
It's collective,
Both of those guys.
I will say this.
Turn your head back.
I will say this. If you were at that game, bring like gear, armor, night gear, because Bacot and Tyrese Samuel shooting free throws might end everybody.
It's gonna break the backboard.
People go,
duh!
It's gonna sound like gunshots. You might as well wear a vest.
It's gonna sound like gunshots. But I want to ask y'all before we move on to like the league, NBA. Out of this group of top 15 teams, who are the teams y'all just think are just like complete fakers, bracket busters?
Purdue.
Until further notice, Purdue.
I hate to say it, Sauce. North Carolina.
I'm not that big on Duke either.
I'm a Duke. I like Duke Blue Devils. I like my Dukies.
I'm not high on them either because they've been too.
They're soft. My issue Dukes, they're soft.
Point exactly. My
they're
point
soft.
exactly. But see,
Auburn absolutely not.
I'm gonna name 5 off the. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna name 4 off this list: Purdue, Duke, North Carolina, and Auburn.
Auburn most likely fraud alert.
But of this whole group, the one team that I think that makes the deepest run, not named UConn, Houston, or Arizona, in this top 15, Bama.
Illinois.
I thought about them, and I also thought about Baylor, but
Baylor, bro.
what it is. The way Nate Oates got this team playing right now,
I don't trust her style of play in the tournament. I just don't.
I don't. But they can score, man. They can score.
And they're
No,
also and they're also liable to go like 10 of 42 from three.
Yeah.
We gotta hope like hell they do that tomorrow night because Florida does play Bama, so we gotta hope like hell they do that. If they do that tomorrow night, I'm telling you right now, Florida coming out of that with a win.
I'm big on Baylor. on Baylor.
I do. I gotta see a little bit more from them though.
Yeah.
But I do like Baylor. Illinois, I'm not gonna sleep on either. Illinois, I think is better.
I find it funny how everybody's afraid to, because everybody knows like Tennessee is a good team, right? But it's just like they get in the tournament. It's just
before athletic is fucking insane. So basically, the same spot they were in the year before.
It's the 9 seed against 8 seed Washington State. Let it be Florida and Purdue and see what happens.
So that's basically the same spot they were in last year, except the seeds reversed.
Yeah.
Let it be Florida and Purdue and see what happens.
Oh, let me scroll down a little bit more, see if I can find some more teams here deep in.
Oh, he said that's the Midwest region. Ooh, man. And that's another thing I want to discuss.
South Carolina.
Here's another thing I want to say though about the regions. How you gonna be in like the South region, but your tournament games in Los Angeles or Las Vegas?
Like what the heck?
Like that makes no sense to me. Like I'd be seeing it as like, oh, in the South region in Los Angeles at Crypto Arena. What? This is the South region. What are we doing?
They meant South Central region, bro.
I don't want to play in South Central. I don't want to play in Compton.
Oh, grow up.
San Diego State.
But you get what I mean. Like that makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Does TCU still have old buddy from TCU?
No, we're all gonna be old. They have Jameer Nelson Jr. They have Jameer Nelson Jr. Everybody that's on here is old. We're old.
Oh, they got Avery Anderson. You know I'm an Avery Anderson stan, dog.
AB, you gotta be a man. No, but it makes no sense. Like the West region is playing in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, East.
The East region is playing in Houston, Texas.
You know.
The West region is in Seattle or Miami. Like stuff like that, it makes no sense.
It'd be like that.
TCU team you gotta watch out for just because they have Avery Anderson. That man's a bucket. I ain't gonna cap. He's a bucket
On the team. But yeah, moving to the league.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all favorite event, NBA All-Star Weekend. Yeah. Let's just be brutally honest about this, y'all. It was a fucking disaster.
It was bad.
What do you expect when you put in Indianapolis of all places?
Look, NBA, no more. I know y'all want to give love to the small cities. No more small cities.
Indianapolis is very good with hosting very big events. They are. But February, I'm not putting All-Star break there. I'm just not doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go to a big city. I'm sorry. Like, you got to go to, like, Miami, New York City, Houston, San Francisco. I believe they're going to be there next year.
Dallas.
Wait, I said Dallas. Oh, no, I didn't. Dallas, yeah. Like, Dallas, Atlanta, like a city.
Even Orlando. Even Orlando's going to get, you know.
Orlando wouldn't be terrible. No,
it was Orlando. What year was it in Orlando? 2010?
So.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Like put it in Miami. Miami and hosting. Has Miami ever hosted NBA All-Star Weekend?
Probably for a reason.
No, Vegas. God forbid when Vegas gets an NBA team,
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna say nothing.
everybody gonna be gambling. Y'all heard about. We'll get into that because that was fun.
Oh, that was
I can
crazy.
I can care less about that.
He says, "Oh, you win."
2012.
Okay, real quick, they can put the Big 12 standings up right now. Houston's at top up top at 10-3. Then Iowa State at 9-4, Baylor at 8-4, Kansas 8-5, TCU 7-5, Texas Tech 7-5, and BYU 6-6.
Safe to say Kansas ain't gonna win it.
I don't think they are this year. I don't. What 5 games left in conference play now? I don't think they. Houston will have to completely collapse for that to happen, and I don't see that happening. But yeah, NBA All-Star Weekend. I would say even the Rising Stars challenge, like that format didn't need to be changed either. Just go back to rookies versus sophomores.
Seriously.
Like what was wrong with that?
They fell in love with the international prospects coming out, so they did America versus the world.
Like, we don't get no more Deion Waiters versus Tim Hardaway, bro.
I mean, how often have we ever gotten that, though?
Oh, I remember that Deion Waiters versus Tim Hardaway. That was epic.
Yeah.
That whole thing was epic.
Dog.
But, like, there's nothing wrong with rookies versus sophomores. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with that. Or even USA versus the world. That wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But now the way they do it is like you got, 4 different teams, and they're playing the 40, and then you have a check. Like, why are we doing that?
Hey, man.
It's convoluted as hell for no real reason. I don't know why they did that. Just put everybody in a big-ass pool, rookie versus second years, call it a day.
Yep.
Exactly. And, I mean, it's basically the rookie-sophomore version of the All-Star game, but it's still more entertaining.
NBA Summer League is more entertaining than freaking rookies and sophomore.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, really now, J Money?
It happens.
Craig's good.
Hey, Creighton got to get their lick back because the women's team couldn't get the job done.
Okay.
But so Marcus, go ahead and give your your unfiltered thoughts, and we are going to give you the floor.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. It was kind of boring, but what did we really expect? I mean, I didn't expect some knockdown, drag out basketball or anything like that. It's All-Star Weekend. It's been like this for quite a while. It is what it is, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, the best event of the entire weekend was Steph versus Sabrina. And Sabrina, I'm going to be honest, I think he had that man nervous. I think she had that man nervous.
Hey, Steph said, "Oh no, I gotta go out there and win." He's like,
Well, she scored the exact amount of points that it took to win the damn 3-point shootout. So
She literally would have advanced to the finals if she competed with me.
"That's
And
crazy."
probably would have had a chance to win it too.
I mean, everybody kept scoring 26 and all that. So yeah,
That was crazy.
Wow, like everybody kept scoring 26. Like that was clearly the number to hit at this point.
That was the magic number. They didn't have to make it funny at the end, missing almost everything in his fucking last rack. Hit the final ball.
he got the ball. It's the money ball. Oh, I'm gonna hit this. As soon as he shot the money ball, it goes in. Like because of course it goes in. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But
It was
fun.
I like 3-point shootout. I mean, that's not my favorite event. Skills challenge, I've never been that interested in, to be quite honest. But it's cool for what it is.
I'll say this: like the skills challenge when it was the old format.
Mm.
They broke it up in segments for whatever reason. I don't know why they did that.
Let's see. I wanted to ask y'all, what did y'all think about the format they did? Because I honestly didn't
I
really
hated it. I hated it.
like it.
This is too much.
Yeah, I mean, go back to the old format where you had 5 or 6 players competing. Then you do the final 4 or final 3, and pick a winner. Like go back to doing that.
Yeah.
Like this isn't hard to figure out. Like I'm gonna just say, David Stern would have never allowed this many changes.
Yeah, most of it's just overcomplicated when it can be super, super easy and simple. So that's my main issue with it. But I mean,
and truth be told, like I think some of the players, because let's be real, some of the players feel the same way.
mm-hmm.
You gotta step up and say something if they do. I didn't watch. Hey, be glad you didn't, because especially with the next subject we get into about this, because dunk contest. Let me preface my comments by saying Mac McClung was clearly the best dunker and deserved to win yet again. The man has been viral for his dunking since high school.
Yeah.
So this man knows how to win this competition. But for the rest of it, you got Jaylen Brown jumping over 2-foot Kai Cenat sitting in a fucking chair.
Hey, GOAT JV.
Doing a regular dunk.
Salute to our king.
Our king.
That
was very much reminiscent of Jaylen Brown's dunking.
That somehow gets to the finals. Yet Jaime Jaquez Jr. dunking over Shaq is just not impressive to some people. And I think it was either the first or second dunk that Jacob Toppin did. That one, I love that. I love the creativity of that dunk. But how is it that Jaylen Brown dunking over 2-foot Kai Cenat sitting in the chair was better than those two?
Hell, one of McClung's dunks didn't get a 50 or close to it.
Yeah.
The one he double clutched it.
Oh, he caught it. He caught it back in the air and double clutched something like that.
Yeah, he caught it in the air, threw it to himself, and you know how hard that is.
Oh, I can't do it on Nerf basketball goal. So yes,
he did it in one motion.
Yeah, and while in it, you know how hard that is. How did that not get a 50? I guess it didn't, because I don't know if the judges actually saw him throw the ball to himself.
Hell, we didn't even see one of Jaylen Brown's dunks.
That was hilarious. I was like, what?
Whoever controls the camera getting fired for that.
My thing is, okay, I don't even think there's a solution to it at this point. Not necessarily.
It's not.
Because
stars don't want to play.
That's not even the brutal issue with me. I don't give a shit if stars do it or not. It's that everything's been done to death. What are you going to do other than just do it a little higher than the next person?
Exactly.
A little bit cooler. And quite frankly, the other part is, before you get to it, it's just that this is a different game. Dunking is not really in vogue anymore. It's shooting. So I think Force Field's been the best part of the weekend for years.
But Marcus, you said something off air before Jerry even joined us about the type of dunkers people are. I kind of want you to say it on here and kind of basically just tell everybody why superstars don't join.
Not everybody is a contest dunker. Some guys are just power dunkers, but they're doing rudimentary stuff, but they're just doing it really hard on the rim. Doesn't mean it's a great dunk in a dunk contest.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm pretty much a power dunker guy. I love seeing power dunks, rim hangs, snatch them that. That's what I like to see. So if we had some of that in there, I'd be cool. Cat was doing some dunks in the All-Star game itself. I was like, I would have been cool with watching that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just, it is what it is. I don't know. Somebody should have got Keontae Johnson to come out there.
We've had the same conversation about dunk contests. This isn't a new thing. This has been a conversation since the mid-'90s. Earlier than that.
Yeah.
until Vince Carter did dunk contest in 2000. And then the same conversation happened over and over again, except there were a couple bright spots with Jason Richardson and whatnot. And then a couple bright spots with the Gerald Green there dunk contest, and then Nate Robinson and whatnot. There are bright spots here and there, but other than that, the contest is kind of boring. It is what it is.
Gerald Green blew out a candle on a cupcake and dunked. Like, you know how hard that is?
Yeah,
to blow out a candle and then dunk a basketball?
Hell, even Blake Griffin's dunk contest was actually pretty fucking entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
and
like
the dunk before that were great. He funny dipped in 360 and all that, free throw line, all that other stuff.
Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, they literally
under his legs over the mascot and somehow didn't win the dunk contest.
I don't know, bro. Like, everybody always talks about having like a one-on-one thing.
That's not happening.
It's not going to happen because nobody wants to have that. Nobody wants to get cooked, first of all.
What? Is that what you said, Jerry?
Nah. Not me.
I'm so confused.
I thought I heard him say that. I was like, wait a minute. By the way, Creighton
also
61-43.
Huh?
Creighton is currently up 61-43.
Oh wow. Also ban Jokic and Luka. You give them the all-star votes, but get them out the game. They don't want to be there. I don't think they want to be hanging out there. That was hilarious, bro. I'm just like, these guys are unserious.
They're all-star players, but not all-star game players, which is kind of funny.
We learned about Shea. Well, Shea he's effective, but like he's not an all. He don't look like he want to play.
Like some guys are not like built to play all-star exhibition games.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the game was competitive. You see the best out of them.
Sure. There's no way you're gonna make that game competitive.
Unless there's a way to do it.
What? Oh, whoever wins gets home court advantage.
You know what's really funny, Jerry? You know what's really funny about you saying that?
That would be terrible.
I literally was watching Cam and T's podcast tonight, and I literally said they should do that.
Don't do it.
He said they should do that. The winning conference gets home court advantage. The reason why now you're going to have incentive to play. So let's say, for example, Eastern Conference won. They like, let's be honest, they won. Even though they put 211 points up, and that was shambolic because that's crazy. But whoever comes out of the East now has home court advantage.
That's just unfair, though.
It's fucking stupid. I hate it when baseball did it.
Like, is it though? At least in baseball, it's competitive.
It was dumb then, because baseball is not the same game as basketball. Where, okay, you can just all of a sudden hit for 300 for a couple of games as an overall team. In basketball, we're the better team. We're just a better team. And also, what's the point of doing this when you're, say, the 1 seed, you win 67 games, and you play the 3rd seed in the East who won 52? And you have to go over there.
I'd be pissed.
It defeats the purpose of the regular season.
Marcus, let me ask you a question. You said the better team usually win. Like the better team is the better team. Did anybody really think the Miami Heat were better than the Milwaukee Bucks in last year?
Well, that was unique.
The New York Knicks, well,
there's a reason it's happened a handful of times. And
the Boston Celtics?
There's a reason it's only happened twice in NBA history.
That's true, but I mean, nobody. What my point is, nobody really believes
it's happened twice in like 70 years. Yes. What are we talking about?
Point though.
There's no point.
Just doing.
The better team wins 90+% of the time. What are you talking about? And the first time it happened, it was a fucking lockout year.
Okay, it was a lockout year. They played less games, so I mean.
And the Knicks were really more like a 3rd to 4th seed. Realistically, they just got hurt. They were just hurt all the time that season.
That sounds familiar.
Look, I don't know how you can make the All-Star game competitive, bro, at this point. I mean,
there's no point.
Pay them more.
But also, like, I think what I'm going to say is there is a big disconnect between what the fans think an All-Star game should be all the way over here and what the players view an All-Star weekend as.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is.
I will say, though, somebody, I forgot who it was that made brought the point, said, dudes play harder at like open gyms in Miami at University of Miami High, or not University of Miami High, University of Miami on their court, like during the offseason, than in Rico. Like we've seen the Rico Hines tapes, right? Like the Rico Hines, Paul George, OG Anunoby, Norman Powell. Like, these guys are hooping in the summer, but that same energy isn't. It's not the same.
It's like you're actively working on your game in the summer, and then during the All-Star weekend, you're just fucking around.
Yeah, right. You got to think these guys are playing like July, August, trying to get back into basketball shape. Middle season, they tired, bro.
Like, let's be real. Like
Anthony Edwards Strebbies went up and said, "This is a break. I'm just having fun."
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like Damian Lillard is really gonna take a half-court shot in the NBA game. Like with 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, like you're just screwing around. Like the game is what it is.
Turn to True TV.
No, brother. It's like, well, and then you'll see somebody say, well, they were competitive in 2002. It was only 101 to 102. Yeah, because basketball was different because no one could shoot for 45% for three like that consistently, and no one tried to. Nowadays, it's completely different. People just kind of screw around, and it was competitive in the same vein as if it was close, you started playing hard. And season tournament was fun because you had real stakes involved. And it was actually in the real middle part of the season. And it just made regular season basketball entertaining.
Yeah, but there were incentives. Like the winning team got paid extra money.
Yeah, and the games also counted. So, yeah.
I mean, that's true. But if you put money incentives, I mean, when you think people want to play more, like let's say the winning team, of course, the money, the charity they're playing for gets money, right? But players themselves, let's say, get a meal apiece.
Yeah, they would probably play harder, but at the end of the day, guys. But at the end of the day, it's a fucking all-star game. Why do we care if they're playing hard or not? I don't.
Because let's be
don't.
Late 90s, early 2000s, when they had all-star, let's be honest, we were watching them all-star games because
we were 5. That's why we watched it.
But the point I'm making is they were competitive. Like it wasn't 211 to 186. Like these games were like 104 to 101.
Also, the game was a lot different in 2002 than it is 2024.
Like people actually.
Hey, look, man, I do remember what was that like 2008, 2000. I forgot what year it was, but Cole, T-Mac, them guys were playing hard. Bron, they were playing hard.
They was going. They were
playing hard that year.
They played hard in the sense that they gave some effort.
Kobe was for sure. Kobe was like
because Kobe's a madman.
Hey, but Bron and T-Mac was too. Like they weren't playing around.
So I think a lot of this also very much is our childhood nostalgia being ruined now that we're 20-something and realize this game is what it is. Like I don't give a shit. They clearly don't. We're not going to care about this in 3 weeks. This is not going to be a point that we're going to talk about. We're going to do the same thing next year. Sunrise, sunset. Oh, fucking well.
Because see, even the G League guys like Colin Keston that was brought up, he got $250K. Because they don't get paid like that in the G League. So for a player like him to get $250,000, that's saying something. That's good.
It is, but also at the same time, again, they would play hard. They would play a little bit harder in an all-star game, but again, it's an all-star exhibition game where nothing really matters versus regular season games in a tournament where that game can determine seeding down the line.
Right.
You do kind of have to keep playing hard. Money doesn't hurt, but you still do have to keep playing.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true. How you feeling about y'all team? You know what?
You always forget what you do with the all-star break. Everybody does.
I will say this. I believe we're going to start caring about basketball now.
I hate this. I hate that damn line so much. I really do.
Too, but you know with my team it's true. You know it's true.
Is it?
It kind of is because they're gonna actually start caring now. They're gonna
last year. I don't believe it was. I truly don't.
They waited until the playoffs to actually start caring.
I don't think it was a matter of they started caring. They generally just weren't that good of a team, and then they figured it out in the playoffs. It's okay to admit it, AB.
I mean, once they got through Milwaukee, they pretty much said, "All right, We good. We can beat any. We beat
let me see. Let's see.
Wait, except Denver.
A Milwaukee team that, quite frankly, had a lot of holes. They're old. They're unathletic.
Still old.
They're smaller than you are. If you get hot, you get hot. The Knicks, they can't shoot worth a lick at that time. The Celtics, they just don't know how to play basketball when it fucking matters, and the Heat do.
I'm gonna be honest. The Knicks still can't really shoot.
They really can't. I think they're better than what they were last year.
Salute to OG though.
They are, but I mean, it's not saying much because it's still not great.
Dude, they don't have to be great. You just have to be good enough.
But they're inconsistent though. It's like you look at a lot of these teams. Like for example, Cleveland, number 2 seed. Do you really trust them as number 2 seed? Because I don't.
I don't trust Jared Allen.
Why's Jared Allen catching a stray?
Because he got shoved in a locker by Mitchell Robinson.
Respect 850 Pensacola made Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, get off cock. And yes, I do.
If you're asking me if in a 7-game series I'm taking Miami or Cleveland, I'm going to take Miami. Like honest.
I'd still probably take Cleveland, but I wouldn't be shocked either way.
I'm taking Miami for one reason.
Because of course you are.
No, that's not the reason. Because Cleveland is more talented, but Cleveland's going to forget they're going to forget how to play basketball. Period.
That's a funny line,
They're
bro.
a 2006 team in 2024.
You said what?
They're a 2006 team in 2024.
Yeah, very much so.
Ooh,
and also, they remind me very much of the Kings with Halliburton and Fox. They're gonna have to choose one of those guys.
Yeah.
And in the offseason is going to make the decision for them.
You talking about Darius Garland? Yeah, I agree with that. And I don't think they're gonna trade Garland.
Mitchell's probably just gonna walk. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because I mean, are they really gonna trade? They already said they're not gonna trade him. I don't think they're gonna trade him in the off season. They can kind of afford to let him walk.
Yeah, they tried it. It raised their floor.
Oh my God.
J Money, I don't know if you quit your job on $250,000.
It's all funny games when the tax man comes calling.
I don't know if you want to do that.
But J Money, I will say, man,
J Money.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
They're a good team. I just don't trust them very much.
Yeah.
Neither.
Marcus
is actually perfect. Or they are a 2016 and 2024.
Spacing is just all out of whack.
What spacing?
Exactly. Yeah. They still haven't really quite figured out the whole who can we play at 3 in the playoffs part. And Allen and Evan Mobley playing at the same time when neither one of them can stretch the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, it's very obvious who they should play at the 3, but they're idiots and don't even realize it.
Strus.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you paying them $64 million for if you're not going to play him?
He also still has to have a core and he can defend, but he can't shoot with the lick. So it is what it is.
That's where you have the gap between the coaching staff and the general managers.
You're right. It is very hard to do. It's also very easy to peak too early like they're doing and forget how to play basketball in the postseason.
They did the same thing last year too, guys. Let's remember.
Exactly.
And he ran into a team with a big who was active all day, every day, and just abused them.
Julius Randle was shot 2 for 19 pretty much every game, and it didn't even matter.
Nope, because Mitchell Robinson pretty much eliminated both of their bigs, and Brunson was Brunson.
That was crazy to watch.
If you're a Laker fan, no, you don't hope that they keep up what they've been doing lately, because it has not been good.
And also, they're gonna lock themselves into this team. By the way, I hope you know this. If they play well enough.
You're hearing reports. Oh, they could go after Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell. No, they're not. Nobody wants D'Angelo Russell, and your picks are not that great.
They're the Western Conference Miami Heat, bro.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Let's not get carried away.
Let's relax. But in all seriousness, the Knicks are going to be the most fascinating team in the NBA to me over the next couple of months. Because in the Eastern Conference, they're in that tier, that second tier, the very top of that second tier of teams that Are they quite talented as other teams? In some areas, yes. Other areas, no. But would you be surprised if they made a run? No, you wouldn't. Because look at Boston. They're talented, but the way they play basketball at times is counterproductive. They shoot a lot of threes for no reason when they're not that great at it, and they kind of negates their size advantage over other teams. And when they do decide to lock in, yeah, it looks great, but sometimes they just don't for whatever reason. And then you have Milwaukee. We all know their problems. And quite frankly, I thought these problems were there before the season started. I said it multiple times. They're still old. They're still small. They're still not very athletic. Chris Middleton, your days are numbered, my man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true. I
I'm
mean,
sorry, Chris. Sorry, man.
the East is just weird this year. Jalen is asking about how I feel about my team. I feel like Boston can win a championship once again, but
Just, if they can walk and chew gum at the same time, yes.
can you win? Can you be serious for 4 games?
Yep.
That's it. Be serious for 4 games, you'll win a championship.
Be a serious team. That's literally the entire blueprint of winning the Eastern Conference every year for any team. Just be freaking serious. Just be able to walk and chew gum at the same time, and you can probably get to the conference finals.
Yep.
At worst. This is why I say a team. I like a team like the Knicks. Like they made some moves to help themselves. OG Anunoby stuff trade is working brilliantly when he's on the court. Bojan Bogdanovic, I like it a lot. Jalen Brunson, I've always been a big fan of. Mitchell Robinson, when he comes back, helps their defense, which is already very good, especially in the interior. It's just a matter of can you shoot well enough at the right times, and can you stay healthy, and can you just stay upright? Because they can beat a lot of these teams. They can beat Milwaukee. They can beat Boston if the stars align. They could also very easily lose to the Cavaliers, or they could probably lose to the Heat, or whoever the hell else, because it happens.
Yes, on beating Milwaukee. Hell no on beating Boston.
I don't know about hell no. They can.
No, they can't.
They can.
They can't.
I didn't say they would, but yes, they can.
They can't for one reason.
And that
Julius Randle's going to take most of the shots.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint. Yes, they can for one reason. Boston might take too many of the worst shots.
Yeah.
Is it going to matter?
They are 18 to beat. Yes, they are. They are.
Here's the thing, though. Here's another reason why I don't trust the Knicks.
Because you don't like the Knicks.
No, it's not that. I don't like it. It's not that.
Does it start with a T?
Who's the head coach?
Respect Tibbs.
Need I say more? You have a shot chucker in Julius Randle and Tom Thibodeau as your head coach. Need I say more?
Jalen Brunson will keep him to the promised land somehow, some way.
Brunson will shoot 12-7.
That is hilarious.
Think about it for a minute.
You know what?
Have 25 points, but it's not going to matter because Julius Randle's 3 for 19.
This is where Mr. Anunoby comes in. Take those shots away from him. Make him option number 3.
It's not going to matter. It's not going to work.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like this
we don't know. We truly don't know.
It's just weird, man. I feel like this is like one of those like 2009 years. Like you remember when Cleveland was like really good, had Braun and everything, and then you had like Orlando looming, Boston got injured, and then you had like the nagging like Chicago Bulls, like what? You know, they took Boston to 7. It's just a weird year, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I do believe Boston should win the championship, should win the East at least.
J Money, they won't. I'm telling you, they won't.
I won't be surprised. I don't think they will, but I'll be surprised.
They won't.
Either way.
In my opinion, right now, the best team in basketball. I'm about to say the Clippers, bro. I like the Clippers. I know I'm probably getting tricked, but I like the Clippers.
You get tricked.
It just seems like everything is just falling into place when it comes to people. When it comes to the roles. Now, again, health has to be the main concern here, especially with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to an extent. And James Harden right now, yes, but James Harden has found the role for him at this particular juncture, and he's actually on a team where he actually is able to just fall in line. Because in Philadelphia, he wasn't falling in line; he was basically number 2 with a bullet. Here he's number 3, get assists, keep the offense moving, protect the king. Kawhi, be Kawhi. Norman Powell was absolutely amazing. That was one of my guys in the before the season started. I love Norman Powell so much, but again, health. The West, man, there's like 3 teams.
Y'all get
3 or
tricked.
4.
Teams.
I like the Clippers. I do. I'm sorry. I do. Sue me.
I like them too, but I'm not going to get tricked by them. And I'm also not going to get tricked by Minnesota, even though I think Minnesota might be better than the Clippers. I mean, looking at the way Minnesota's built, and the way they play defense, I'm telling you, like
they're
get tricked.
They're very, 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 very good.
Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think either one of those teams is beating the Denver Nuggets.
Minnesota could because of the matchups, but I don't think they do.
I do believe Denver's a great team. Denver's a great team, but like, what if they're just not one of those teams built to win multiple championships? What if they're just like a win?
I think they are, but like, so right now, just with their bench, I think there's something missing. I can't really put my hand on it.
Yeah.
Is it Bruce Brown?
No. It's not Bruce Brown.
I think one thing is Bruce Brown.
I don't think it's Bruce Brown. It's the backup 5 spot.
That is true. That is very true.
Because I would say Bruce Brown, but what the hell is Bruce Brown doing right now?
I mean,
he just fit on that team.
He's basically freezing his nuts off in Toronto. That's pretty much what he's doing right now.
Look.
Hold on. He went to Indiana, right? Technically, he could get bought out and go back to Denver because remember he was traded again.
I know. I don't think it does. I don't think it happens.
He would go back to Denver if they really wanted that to happen.
Do I think it happens? No.
Let me see these standings real fast.
Because it's that you can't be there for you can't go after a player for 1 year unless they get traded twice or something, which is honestly I think that rule is stupid. The Lakers don't give anybody problems.
The Lakers are cheese.
They don't give anybody problems.
Don't trust the Lakers.
They give themselves problems. Now, Minnesota, on the other hand, was size, yes, because they figured out how to play Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns together.
Almost like don't surround Rudy Gobert with a bunch of traffic cones on the wings, and he'll be fine.
So the standings right now for the Western Conference.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
You have the Timberwolves, Thunder, the Clippers, Nuggets, Suns, Pelicans. I'm not sleeping on the Pelicans, by the way. The Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, the Lakers, and the Warriors. The Warriors have played some good basketball.
I don't trust the Warriors.
All I'm gonna say is the Clippers. They better get to the number 1 seed. They better not be at number 2 playing against Dallas.
Relax. They're beating Dallas.
They're gonna sweep Dallas.
Luka be on that black match, bro.
That matchup happens, Jerry.
That Dallas team stinks, Jerry. Stop it.
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
It's Luka.
That Dallas team. I don't care if it's Luka. That Dallas team stinks.
Now, Jay Money is right about this. I'm not sleeping on them. I don't know if they're championship built yet.
No.
I'm not gonna sleep. I'm not gonna say that they can't get to the Western Conference Finals. I'm not gonna say they can't. Will they? I don't think so because right now that 2-3 matchup is them against the Clippers. And if you're gonna ask me to pick that matchup, I'm gonna pick the Clippers over the Thunder. And I like the Thunder. They're just too young.
Honestly, if the Lakers did manage to get to that 7th spot, they probably could be Oklahoma City. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. They will. I think they push it to 7, but I don't think they win. I think Oklahoma City is just way more too talented. I think.
But there's some very unique matchup problems that they give them that has been proven over the course of the season. Where it's like,
that is true. Here's one problem: who on that Lakers team is guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
I'm not worried about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm worried about everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. The others.
Who's guarding Jalen Williams?
They'll figure it out. Put the broad on him. Fuck it.
They're gonna put. Because Rudy can guard a lot of people regardless.
They,
Right?
they can cross match up some guys. And if Anthony Davis is even remotely good, that's an issue.
They might go big.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, bro.
They
Because
could.
their base can switch.
That's true, but there's going to be one problem.
What's that?
All of a sudden, you're going to see a Lou Dort masterclass.
All right, bro.
He's capable of doing that now. He's capable of doing that. It's not going to be every game. It's going to be like one game where all of a sudden you've seen him do nothing all series long, and then the one game you need to win, he shows up. That's what it's. That's what
I think you're still thinking of 2020. I think that's what we're doing here.
No. 2020. They stunk in 2020.
Yeah, and he had one game where they needed him to do it. And
He was their best player in 2020, and that was the problem. He's not their best player.
He wasn't.
Hey, y'all, this is crazy, but watch out for that 8-1 matchup if that's what's to come. Because Sacramento, they have that experience, man, after last year.
I don't know about that.
Same team.
What'd you say?
They're not the same team. Who's going to deal with that?
Same
Which
team.
kind of fun. Which kind of fun because defensively they actually got better. Offensively, not so much.
And then you have Phoenix just sitting there at 5.
I don't like Phoenix, but they're not complete. They're not complete and other NPCs at the moment. That being said, they're not a fun basketball team to watch.
The West is weird.
Really, J Money. I'm glad you said that. Are they winning games right now? My point exactly.
Because of him.
You're right. So what you're saying is, besides AD and LeBron, the rest of that team stinks?
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know how the fuck they got to the conference finals last year, but they did. I don't know how. They
Yes.
shouldn't have run it back. But hey.
Yeah, that was crazy. They had them a crazy run.
Well, I kind of know how. Well, they beat the fucking Grizzlies who were on their last legs. Then they beat the Warriors who were slowing down.
I mean, they're not. I mean, the rest of that team stinks around Bron and AD. I mean, we're not. I mean, let's be real.
It does.
Austin
Yeah.
Reeves isn't who the media wants him to be.
It's not
trying
bad. It doesn't mean he's bad. Let's
He's just not a superstar like they want him to be. Like, he's not that.
no one's saying he's a superstar. They said he was a third guy, but he's not a superstar.
D'Angelo Russell is
D'Angelo Russell.
he tricked them yet again.
Yeah, he's just
It's the key.
The biggest indicator they were going to win that Warrior series was the fact that D'Angelo Russell was still on the court the entire time.
yeah.
Nobody cares. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, the fall is going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm sorry.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, it's just the two top teams I feel like can get beat by the 9 and 10 teams in a 7-game series.
I don't think so.
I don't underestimate experience, man.
That Kings team's not the same team. I look at what my eyes are telling me.
All I'm gonna say is, I know what happened to the last security guards, Sacramento last year. Look,
You wouldn't know what happened to the last two security.
Watching Steph Curry do what he does, I would never count that man out.
Jerry, you didn't even hear what happened to the last two security guards.
Oh, I did in 2022.
That's who security.
Bro, Boston literally did not care about that game.
No one
Jay Money,
cares.
Boston literally played on rookie mode that game, and then LA was in Hall of Fame. It was just
Right, brother. Counting games in the dog days of January is not a smart proposition.
Right, like no, because let's be honest, we lost the season series to Boston last year, and in the regular season, and what happened in the postseason? We won. So regular season doesn't matter. It's just that it's literally that simple. So, like, you see teams get swept by teams in the regular season and then play each other in the playoffs, and the team that got swept in the regular season ends up winning the series. Like this happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Now we look at the Eastern Conference. That's going to be none of the who comes out of either conference is not a walk in the park. Let's just be honest. It's not a walk in the park. Like it's going to be it's going to be difficult.
Is it?
Well, with the exception of the Atlanta Hawks.
The Eastern Conference is not what. These conferences not tricking me.
I mean, Embiid's out right now, so you're not going to trust Philly right now. And Embiid, honestly, is probably going to be out for the rest of the regular season. Let's just be honest.
I freaking hate it. Ugh.
I mean, they're not saying it, but let's be real.
I hate having to play against the Magic, bro.
The Pacers are interesting to me because they have a team that they can upset some teams in the postseason.
Pacers
are they going to run out of gas by then?
That's the thing. They may run out of gas.
Pacers are a good team, dog. Like
they're a fun team. They're a particularly good team.
I think they're pretty solid.
They're your typical NBA league pass fun team to watch.
But they can shoot, and you can't underestimate a guard like Halliburton, man. The guy, he gets everybody involved. That's the scary thing.
In the playoff series, he'll be fine, but with everybody else, you trust Miles Turner to do anything?
Nope.
I'm just saying, man.
They're a fun team to watch. Will they do anything this year? No, but
if Minnesota or Oklahoma City comes out of West, yes, they are. I'll say that. It's come out of West.
I do think they're comfortable. I do think they're both comfortably better than a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference. I do.
It's just funny to me because like literally, if Boston had brain cells, everybody would be saying, "Oh, Boston's going to win." Like that's
the problem. They're on handicap.
God,
they're parking in the handicap spot.
Pretty much at this point, because the Eastern Conference is the same as it's always been and how it will always be. These teams are not all that great, but the team that comes out will be the one that just doesn't shit on themselves.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Which is why I'd probably, if you had to make me make a decision, I would say Boston right now. I'd be definitely afraid of that choice because of how stupid they can be sometimes. But they are the best team in this conference at this juncture. If they manage to walk and chew gum at the same time, if they manage to get out of their own way, they will get out of there without any real resistance.
If somebody manages to learn how to dribble with their left hand,
or if they call the timeouts at the right time, Joe Mazzulla.
Honestly, and which both I feel like is a lot better this year. So,
wait, what did he say?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
No, I didn't hear that.
But
we're gonna be fine. We don't have a guy on our team sending nudes, so no longer. So we should be all right, bro.
I don't know what they got going on in Boston, but
that was Grant Williams, bro. Grant Williams is out here getting caught in 4K.
Sounds about right.
He was in Boston when that happened. I just know he was, and he sent it to.
Hey, well, we seen what happened last time we saw a man in 4K. Dude ended up becoming an NBA champion. Jamal Murray.
Hey man. I saw that video that day. And,
why you have to break
Harper Hempel Temple.
Bro, everybody's like,
He was at Kentucky, man. Like, come on. What else are you gonna see there?
Hey man.
which game?
I think you've been talking about game 3 or
Game 3? Yeah, we were. Yeah.
The boys did look scared after. Oh no, it was game 4, I think.
It showed how they played.
Yeah.
It was game 4.
Shoot,
yeah.
Jaylen Brown told Draymond Green the All-Star weekend, like, he wasn't expecting that pressure. I mean, it was all psychological.
It played very much like a team playing in the first final.
Yeah. Game 1.
I mean, Boston was playing decent until Steph just kind of figured it out and got
drop coverage.
Then again, why are you playing drop coverage against Steph Curry?
Drop coverage. Say, hey, greatest shooter of all time, crafted by Jesus Christ. I dare you to shoot. He's like, okay.
Hold on. Go down real quick at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Look at these shambolic records. The Washington Wizards are 9-45. The Detroit Pistons are 8-46. They are a combined 17-91.
That is hilarious, bro.
Throughout the year 1791.
Hey, now, every year.
One of the Pistons players literally got arrested at during a basketball game.
Free Isaiah Stewart.
How do you get arrested?
Like, seriously, serious question. Have y'all ever seen a single basketball highlight of Isaiah Stewart?
Hey, bro, just be fighting. Bro is basically
Get a nigga some 8-ounce gloves and tell him to sign for the UFC. Then why go pick him up?
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Was that 4-23 at home is sick. 3-23 at home is sick.
Your fans have never seen happiness. God, leave. At that point, your fans is hoping they miss enough free throws to get the free frosty.
Oh my gosh.
Jake, the only time we had a record like that was the year Dwayne Wade got hurt like 3 games into the season.
Oh yeah.
That was the only time we went like 17-65.
That was crazy.
We ain't never had a record like that. Yeah, that was the year Dwayne Wade got hurt.
That was the 7, by the way.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah, that was the year Dwayne Wade got hurt. They missed the whole season. Other than that, we ain't never had a record like that.
Hey, who were we saying? We said because beginning of the season we had the preseason talk of like, hey, don't sleep on the Pistons. Don't sleep on the Pistons.
I don't remember saying that.
I sure so don't.
Hey, shout out to Jock Vaughn also.
Cam Thomas is free.
Man got fired. How you get fired on your day off?
All I know is fuck all that. Cam Thomas is the happiest man in Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, I'm pretty sure it was Darnell.
No, you said it too, man. You said it too.
Darnell.
Darnell did say that. I ain't gonna lie. Both of y'all did, but Darnell did say it, and you did agree with it.
I think who was I high on? Was I high on the Magic?
I know I was.
Said the Magic would be better.
I know I was.
But we didn't think they'd be this much better.
I was high on Jordan Poole. That's flop of the century.
Why?
I thought he was about to go crazy, bro.
What IG are in Washington, D.C.?
Hey, man, don't sleep on D.C.
Isn't Mia Khalifa over there?
In D.C.?
Wasn't Mia Khalifa in D.C.?
Quite a few.
I'm just asking a question, man. Wasn't she in D.C. at one time?
The answer is yes. She's a D.C. lady.
She was. So he's out there. Look, bro, I'm just saying.
There are many nice-looking ladies from Washington, D.C.
No, Jay, I was not high on Washington. I was not high on them. If Jordan Poole turns out to be your best player, why would I be high on them?
I'm disgusted. I think I was a little bit higher on Atlanta Hawks as well because I'm like, oh, they got them something.
Yeah, Marcus, this for you.
Hey man, we all get them wrong.
So
Yeah,
AB, let me ask you a question, AB. What happens if y'all end up in the play-in and y'all don't make it?
then we gotta regroup. But knowing how this team operate, like I said, they're gonna somehow start caring about basketball real soon, and you never know.
Dang, because let me
I'm gonna
see.
do what I did last year. I'm not picking them to win any playoff series. I'm gonna just watch.
Because I feel like y'all can get past Cleveland, in my opinion. Y'all might end up with Milwaukee.
Please give us Milwaukee. Please do it.
That would be hilarious.
Please get Milwaukee again, knowing that Doc Rivers is now the coach.
Oh, speaking of, that was the last point I'd bring up. JJ Redick
Versus Patrick Beverly.
versus Patrick Beverly. JJ Redick basically says that Doc Rivers cannot hold. He doesn't take accountability.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. I mean,
He's a king of bus throwing.
and we can throw Austin Rivers in this too, because of course he got to defend his dad. But
Nigga, that nigga traded you.
you got like sit this one out, brother. You got traded by your own daddy. You got traded by your own daddy. You can sit this one out.
That's bro. That's low.
Not gonna lie, it would have been a low blow. But if I was on ESPN with Austin Rivers going off like this, I think I would have let that slip. Like, my brother, not trying to be funny, but when you were playing for Doc Rivers, didn't you get traded while he was the GM?
Leaving it to God, bro.
Oops, did I strike a nerve?
Anyway, this is a whole big nothing, but it's very, very funny. I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, JJ Redick wasn't wrong. I mean, the man played for Doc Rivers as well. He doesn't take accountability. Like Marcus said, he's always basically throwing his teams under the bus. He never gets the criticism until he absolutely has to at the very last minute.
That 08 championship was a mistake.
No, it wasn't. That Boston team was actually good, man. Let's be real.
No, Doc Rivers being the coach of that team was a mistake.
Okay, that part
I loved us so much. Oh my god,
bro! I knew it was cooked for Glenn Rivers when Phil Jackson said this nigga gonna lose, gonna choke this game out in the fourth quarter. That's all he knows how to do. In the middle of a finals game.
Wait, that was 2 years later, wasn't it?
2010.
Yes, and that's why I knew it was fully cooked. Said they lose more games in the fourth quarter than any team in the NBA. They know how to lose.
Jesus Christ! What was that? Game 5?
Damn,
I want to say it was game 5.
Jesus.
Middle of the finals.
And mind you, this man's blown multiple 3-game-to-1 leads in the playoffs.
3-2.
You got Mark Phillips making multiple videos of you.
And he fumbled Tim Duncan.
Wait, how did he fumble Tim Duncan?
When Dr. was coaching the Magic, Tim Duncan was a free agent. He was going to sign with Orlando. Y'all remember?
Are you telling me T-Mac and TD?
Yes. He was on the way. He was going to sign with the Magic.
You're telling me the Orlando Magic would have had a team with Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Do you know the kind of violence they would have put on teams?
Oh,
Right.
You know the type of violence would have happened.
If by violence you mean them somehow managing to fuck up and losing the first round, then yeah.
I mean, he would have 2 pieces of biscuit if he would have said it. Yeah, and he would have been looking like Martin. He would have been looking like Martin after he got out the boxing ring too.
And this was in 2000, by the way. He was going to sign with the Magic in 2000.
That's crazy, bro.
He was this close. He was in Orlando. He was on the plane.
I did not realize this.
He had a pen ready.
J Money. He would have attempted that and would have ended up looking like Martin when he got out the boxing ring and his face was all swollen.
AB means
on that team too.
I mean business. I'm not playing. Like that would have happened.
And by the way, it was also Doc's fault why he didn't sign there.
I need to know what Doc did for this to happen.
He didn't allow family. He didn't allow his family on the team playing.
What?
J Money said that was 2004.
It was 2000.
Well, look who old now.
I
But
was like 1 years
that
old.
is
And 7 months.
like that is crazy. You had Tim Duncan in the bag. You had Tim Duncan in the bag and fumbled it. Bro, look who just followed me.
More buckets?
NBA champion. He's in Statesboro? What's he doing in Statesboro?
Georgia
Georgia
Southern.
Southern?
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
see.
in
Georgia Southern.
Southern.
Nice.
That is crazy. Like, when did he follow me?
That's wild.
Now we gotta try and get him on the show.
That's
but,
fact.
but I mean, I still want like, how do you fumble Tim Duncan? Like, how?
All because you wouldn't let family on the team play, which happens all the time nowadays.
Like, bro, you have to court the family too, not just the player.
Hey man,
It's not hard to figure out.
apparently it was.
That's crazy.
Oh
That's
Glenn.
what I'm gonna do.
Oh Glenn.
That's worse. That's worse than David Stern vetoing the Chris Paul to the Lakers trade.
That was a crazy era, actually.
Yeah, we would have ended up getting Heat and Lakers in the finals. That would have been crazy. But yeah, I mean, damn, Glenn.
What happened to
That was a
Glenn?
nice guy, stand-up guy. Stand-up
Is it?
guy.
But who? Like, I know y'all probably really don't care about this debate, but let's be honest. We got to pick a winner. Who won? In my opinion, it was JJ Redick, and it wasn't close.
I don't really care about the winners, losers, but Riddick.
I mean, I know.
I would say JJ. I mean, he didn't tell lies. I mean,
Exactly.
I will say the whole Pat Beverly thing is also very much. There's a reason why Doc Rivers keeps getting head coaching jobs in the NBA.
yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Don't know how, but I mean, it is true.
If people like you, they want to hire you.
Yeah, but when you backdoor your way into a job like this,
People business. People like you. You'll get
Yeah,
opportunity.
I didn't see it going well when it happened. I was like, well,
and they're what 3-9 since he took over.
it's been bad.
They actively got worse.
I just got one thing to say though. Thank you, Joe Cronin.
Oh, get over yourself.
Oh my god.
What?
Hey, but Milwaukee might figure it out at the right time. They might figure it out. Who knows?
They don't.
I can't say thank you.
You were sitting over here crying, talking about fuck Joe Cronin for months, and now here you go.
Now I can say thank you since that team package looking pretty good right now.
See, this is what you get for whining. You don't know how it's gonna work out.
I mean,
Exactly.
I know what's on the team, so I mean, I knew if
But
Joe plays.
But you did not know he was going to play this well now. Come on now. Be serious.
Maybe not this well, but I mean, I knew he finally started contributing because he was very raw when we drafted him. Like, there was no way he was playing on last year's roster. No way that was happening. But this year, like, now he can finally actually start playing. He's played well when we started him.
Sure.
I mean, he's played well. I mean, Jaquez was the steal of the draft.
I know. That's what I said.
Henderson's
It would have
played
been crazy.
but I mean, you traded for Williams and now he's out for the season.
Oh, hell, matter of fact, I would ask you. Hell, maybe if it wouldn't have been like 03 or 04, whatever year it was, where Tracy McGrady said finally feels good to get out the first round. Oops, the rule changed, but he had to win one more game. And he lost every game the rest of the year by 20 points.
That is crazy.
That man said finally feels good to get out the first round. Buddy, it's not best of 5 anymore.
This big three would have been nasty.
It would have been fun until Grant Hill shattered his ankle.
Grady and Tim Duncan, bro.
That'd have been an all injury guard or wings.
That would have been all what it is.
Yeah.
So mean, man. Why you had to do that to them?
I'm just
That's
saying,
what they
man.
are. I'm sorry. It's who they are.
Yeah.
Why you had to do that? Like, come on, man. No faith that they would have somehow been healthy.
No,
They were
sir.
never healthy.
I'm trying, people. I'm trying.
Grant Hill couldn't get past a day of practice by shattering his ankle somehow. Every morning I break my legs.
Oh
Every
man,
evening I break my arms.
come
I'm
on,
born glass bones and paper skin.
oh man, come on. You're wrong.
That is
Dribble.
terrible.
Takes one dribble. No!
Person.
Ow.
They were on the same team at one point.
Yeah, it wasn't working because T-Mac was too young at the time, so it was what it was.
They were on the same team.
Yeah, Toronto.
Jerry, don't do that. Tracy was my look, man.
Tracy
I love,
was my favorite player growing up for a while.
I mean, Tracy McGrady growing up, but man, when that man started getting hurt, you just knew it was over.
Tracy is the definition of fun player, but were you ever going to win anything with him?
Basically, Tracy McGrady was Brandon Roy before Brandon Roy.
Brandon Rose, demon, bro.
If you know, you know. I mean,
and then he had no knees. He just wore glass knees and paper skin.
Yeah, no, oh my God. NBA Live 2003, I was playing with Orlando a lot.
That was all NBA Live team.
Like, I was using Orlando a lot. Like, I would play against people who's like, oh, I'm gonna pick the Lakers. All right, that's fine. Let me get Orlando. And I was smoking folks with Orlando. I was smoking everybody.
What was that? I had NBA 2K2, and Shaq and Kobe were freaking dominant on NBA 2K2.
Damn, that don't surprise me,
bro. Oh my God.
But man, great show. Y'all got Tracy was 6'8", Kobe.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Kobe respected him though. Like,
Kobe was also like 6'6", so it was like 2 inches.
Kobe, this is the same Kobe Bryant that when Shaq fouled out of a game in the finals, literally went up to Shaq and told you, "Don't worry about it, I got this," and proceeded to go out and win the game as a 22-year-old.
Anyways,
in the final against a good Indiana Pacers team, by the way.
A good team, but by the time they got there, they were just.
Yeah, you like Jalen Rose. Reggie Miller was a great player, but Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller and Rick Smits was not going to beat you. Like I'm sorry, like that just wasn't going to happen.
If it was 98, then sure, but that time, no.
98. They wouldn't have got past the Bulls either.
They're close.
Yeah, but the Bulls
they were the only team that was even remotely a threat in those years. In these conference.
Michael Jordan said that, and it was a wrap.
You know what I mean? If they somehow got there, if there was that team in 98, then sure, maybe. But by the time it was 2000, it was too late. 99 was a year. 99 was the last year of the window.
Tracy in Houston, 13 points in like 8 seconds.
One of the most fun players I've ever watched in my life.
Definitely.
How do you get 13 points in like 8 seconds? I'm still trying to figure that one out. That was crazy.
It's T-Mac.
I mean, Reggie Miller did the same shit. Like, bro.
8 points in 9 seconds.
Reggie Miller literally did that to the Knicks and then proceeded to look at Spike Lee.
Also, the funny part about that, did we all just forget they lost that series?
They did. That was funny. They did lose that series. Reggie Miller did that, and they still proceeded to lose that series.
Sounds very Indiana.
It took them years just to get past the Knicks, and then by the time they got past the Knicks, they couldn't get past Shaq.
Speaking of Indiana, Jerry, Jason Tatum needs to be slapped.
What?
Because how is it that Larry Bird is a Boston Celtics legend, and you've been in the league for 7 years now with Boston, and you ain't never met this man?
Well, I mean, I don't know how that happened.
It's not impossible, but
I mean, he met Bill Russell. I'm pretty sure. I mean, so it's not like Larry's always at the Garden like that.
That is true because Larry does claim Indiana, so you know.
Very much so.
You don't even claim Boston anymore, really.
Like he's not like in Boston like that a lot. KG, Paul Pierce, Eddie Howe, Scal, you know, those guys are there.
Eddie House does media for Boston now, don't he?
Yes.
The Larry Bird's basically like, I work here.
I I like Eddie House. Like I watched one. I think it was we beat y'all.
That man Eddie be telling the truth.
That's the thing. Like, he does. I was like, bro, I've never heard Eddie House like on it. Like, I forgot he was doing this. Like this man is actually good.
He sugarcoats nothing. I love Eddie.
Against the Spurs at that rate.
All right, we're running up on 2 hours. What we got?
Yeah, y'all got any final thoughts before we get up out of here so Marcus can actually go to sleep in his garage?
Not really.
I have nothing except look at the background here. Bottom right.
What about the bottom right?
Who is that fella? Is that what rapper is that? Is that Rich Paul?
I don't think so.
Who was that?
It's not Rich Paul. I don't think.
It's not Offset.
Is it Fabulous?
I can't tell what that is. I was just curious to try to see who that is.
Why is the random white woman just staring at us on the?
Yeah, like who is that?
I feel like we're being watched the entire show.
I feel like I'm being called a slur right now.
Hey man, look. I'm all in on Florida. I am. I'm enjoying this run we on. We beat Bama tomorrow. Hey man, look. The nation gonna have to put some respect on Florida. We can get that dub tomorrow night.
Oh, the ring. There's that.
Just beat Vanderbilt at home.
That game was sold out, by the way.
Yeah.
The students are finally showing up. The fans are showing up.
Give them something to show up for, and they will.
Fans that didn't want Todd Golden and wanted him fired after last season.
Look, Mike White went on an Elite Eight run the second year, so let's not look too deep into it.
Yeah, but this is also very much Todd Golden's team.
Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. I'm just saying. I love it.
I'm looking for the what's that woman name on Twitter that keeps saying NIT Todd
No.
and hyping up Mike White like where is she again?
That is hilarious.
Okay, we're almost at 2 hours. Let's get the hell out of here, please.
Yeah, Marcus wants to sleep in his garage. So
I have babysitting 2 kids because my entire family's in Gainesville right now. Okay.
God.
wait, why are they in Gainesville?
Well, I'm just had surgery.
Oh, hope she's straight.
Prayers up.
For real.
Yeah, prayers up, man. Any other final thoughts before we get out of here so Marcus can go back to babysitting and beat up? Because that's what happened.
My knees are shot. My back is hurt. I need my cut man. I ain't feeling it. I'm like Rocky in the freezer.
Look, my back tightened up yesterday. My lower back did. So yeah. But me, my final thought is, hold on, we ain't gonna forget about JJ Money. When that happens, you will see us on First Take. We're gonna shout you out every day. And before we cook Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp.
Oh my God.
No, but also use beard oil. That's what my final thought. Use beard oil.
Beard oils, all that stuff.
All that jazz.
All the vitamins, biotin, A, C, D, B, all that.
But let everybody know where they can follow y'all. Burner accounts included.
I'm going to follow my brother Marcus, and so you can follow my burner and you can follow my Twitter, JReezy, Instagram at JLamar_II.
Oh, you know me, Marcus Davis 904 on Twitter, and my burner account is,
Somebody mama. Oh dang. You can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1, ladies. You can follow the podcast page on Twitter at Indie Evidence, Instagram, Indisputable Evidence, Twitch and TikTok, Indisputable Evidence as well. With that, we're not going to do a song of the week because, like I said, we don't want to get sued and have Marcus have to pay all the money that we're going to end up getting sued for.
What? Me?
Yes, you. Because you're the youngest. Sorry. Wait, you're older than Jerry?
Yeah, he is.
How did you not know this?
Sorry, Jerry. Yeah, you know. So we get sued. Charge him.
Explain the bill like a team.
Marcus Bell. No, I pay money. It's more like Jerry Bell money now that we know that Marcus is older than Jerry. Oh yeah, Jerry, you go on. Sorry.
You split the bill. Don't worry about it. I can let you drown.
We gonna leave y'all as we always do. God bless y'all. Y'all stay safe. Tell your loved ones you love them every day. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of your chicken. Take care of your temple. We got to tell y'all this every day because y'all just don't seem to listen. Wash your face. Wash your hands. Marcus.
Take a fucking shower, you nasty bastards.
As I'm about to do right now.
As I did before I got on the show.
And what else, Marcus?
Wear socks and shoes, closed-toed shoes, preferably, in the movie theater, and any and all public settings. That would be all.
And no allowing kids to wear Ghostface outfits in movie theaters either.
And wear deodorant, preferably.
God, wear deodorant. And don't put lemons under your armpits. I know y'all can do some of y'all can do that.
It don't count if it ain't deodorant, if it ain't Dove, if it ain't Old Spice, if it ain't nothing where you have to roll it up and put it under your damn armpits, and ain't no white powder coming off of it, and if it ain't even one of the spray deodorants, it don't count.
Exactly. And with that, God bless y'all. See y'all next week. We'll hopefully